Hi YouTubers, welcome back to another one of my videos. And I know I've been doing quite a few reviews lately, but I always figure that reviews are actually a good thing because usually when I go on YouTube personally, I'm always looking for reviews on new products or just products I haven't tried out just so I hear other opinions of girls and what they think of a certain product that I'm looking forward to getting. So I figured that this is actually helpful to do reviews, so hopefully I can be helpful to you. So the review today is actually going to be on my Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse Foundation, and this is in Nude, Nude, and then it has Light 4 at the bottom as well, so hopefully that helps you out. I had been using in the summertime, well, since last year around September or so, till about probably September time, I had been using my Wet n Wild tinted moisturizers just because my skin just worked well with it, and it was really a cheap product. But the only thing is I started getting really bad breakouts. If you see on my cheeks, you can actually see my acne. I'm having really a tough time with adult acne, so I'm just trying to, clear that up. Obviously, it's kind of weird because in high school I barely had this kind of acne, and now it's like ridiculous, so it's a little awful. Anyway, so now that we're getting into the holiday months and just like that, this whole season, there's going to be holiday parties, and I feel I love my Wet n Wild tinted moisturizers, but there isn't enough coverage for my whole face just because of my acne peeking through, so I wanted a little bit of a heavier duty foundation, but not too caked up, okay, ladies? There's a difference between, I know when I said heavy duty and then caked up, oh, okay, that doesn't sound like a difference. But anyway, they're like, you kind of know what I mean, like a little bit more of a medium coverage, not full-on coverage, but just so that in pictures, I come out a little bit nice looking. So, this is one of the products I actually tried on. This is, like I said, the Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse. I know that they have a matte version, it's like a cream. I'm more of a liquid. I did try out the Revlon Whipped cream foundation, I think it was. I didn't like it so much. It wasn't that very natural looking on me. I'm more of a liquid based kind of girl. So this one is very thick for being a liquid, but I love that it is a pump. So there it is. It's very controllable. There you go. So as you can see, different other liquids. Other liquids, when you kind of pour them out, they kind of run down, but this is kind of a liquid that's, I think it's supposed to be more of that, like the Dream Mousse, so it's like a little bit more of a thicker consistency. It's supposed to have that like air-like quality. And let me run it through. And I don't know if you can tell on camera, maybe in the bottle, it has a little bit of a yellow tone to it. And I am a little bit more of a yellow toned kind of person anyway, but I feel like this is a little bit too yellowy orange for me. It's actually on my face today, so if you can see, it does make me a little yellow, if you can tell, and it doesn't really cover so much. I don't like to put concealer on my acne just because, I don't know, I feel like that's a little bit too much for me. I like to keep it at least a little bit simple, and I just want my foundation really just to cover it up for the most part. I don't want it to be really heavy duty. So as you can see, it doesn't cover as well as I would really like. I'll get a little bit closer in because it's kind of terrible. I don't so much have it on my forehead. It's my cheek areas that are just awful for me. So this foundation, I feel it doesn't cover so much, and I don't really like the consistency of it either. I mean, it's a nice product that it is a pump. It's kind of one of those twists, so if you're traveling with it, twist it to the side and you can't get it out. So that's always really good in your makeup bag traveling, having this pump and having a little bit of a lock position for it. But I'm just not the best consistency for me. During the wintertime and fall time, my skin turns pretty combination more leaning on the dry side. And I do have a little bit of an oily T-zone more towards the summer months, but winter and fall I get really drying, especially under my eyes and kind of around my mouth area. So I prefer more of that liquidy based foundation so that it kind of gives a little bit of hydrating quality to it, because this one for me is just a little bit too, it just doesn't blend well with my skin. Even though I use a moisturizer and whatnot, and usually I also use before I put on this foundation in particular, my e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. It's not really a setting spray, it's more of like a hydrating spray, so I kind of put that on, leave it on for a little bit just so my skin can get a little bit more quenched. So if you do have a little bit more of a drier skin type and a little bit acne kind of like me, you probably want to pass up on this because it won't cover for you, and the dryness of it isn't always so great with it. So hopefully that helped out. I'm not sure what else I could really say about it. Probably going to return this at Ulta. Ulta has fantastic, return policy, and try out a new foundation. If you have any recommendations, please let me know. I'm actually also trying out Neutrogena Healthy Skin Foundation, and this is also in Nude. It's kind of funny, in the Revlon I was also in Nude, so I guess I'm a nudist foundation kind of girl. So let me show you kind of side by side if you can tell. So the Maybelline one, you can tell it has more of a yellow, even though they're both nude. This one has a little bit more yellow, and the Neutrogena one definitely a little bit matches me more. So I'll do a little review probably next week or so on this one. But any recommendations, please list it below. Help a sister out, please, because this skin is just a little bit awful for me. So thank you so much for tuning into my reviews. Hope you have a gorgeous and beautiful day. Bye, YouTubers.